recognize and I appreciate every one of you for coming, but particularly those who put this together. One of them is not here with us, that's Michael Adenola, whose idea it was to do this at the end of the year. But also let me thank Amnesty International for consistently leading the struggle for justice in Nigeria in a way that we all know is very difficult. I know that years ago, they used to go and operate in front of their offices, organizing fake protests under the under the Buhari regime. But now, they changed the tactics to online assassination of Amnesty International. Anything they post, they have a whole group of people filling a room in this Abuja attacking the integrity of Amnesty. But that they can never get away with. Let me also appreciate the leaders of Take It Back movement, the AAC party leaders who are present, and all our friends across who are watching us live. This is almost the end of the year, and I came earlier, but I had to be invited to go and resolve another problem in a police station at Garki, where a woman's husband used his influence with the police to write a petition to recover his car from his wife, with whom he had 3 kids, and they detained the woman. So I had to get her out. And one of the things I told the police who was in charge is that you people have no work. Otherwise, this should never have made it to a police station. Having said that, I decided I'm just going to read, which I rarely do, a speech here because I know we don't have time. And the title of my speech is called The Drum, Dimension, and the Art of Resistance, because we're talking about art today. And across history, whenever people are stripped of their power, land, language, and dignity, they did one thing instinctively. They create rhythm. They make sound. They make symbols. They made art. Because long before resistance had microphones, social media, it had the drum, what you have in front of us. Resistance started with enslaved Africans. The drum was not just an instrument for them, it was language, it was memory, and it was strategy. Colonial authorities understood this very well. So when they came, one of the things they feared most was the drum. And as a matter of fact, they banned the use of the drum. I'm talking about the colonial masters across Africa. Because they knew that when Africans have a hand on the drum, they use bata, djembe, aka drums. They were not for entertainment alone, they were systems of communication for resistance. Through talking drums, the one we call gongon, and percussive dance, patting of the juba, the ring shouts, stepping, enslaved people sent coded messages across plantations and territories. Messages that the enslavers themselves could hear but could not understand. All right? Messages that coordinated escapes, uprisings, and revolts, like the Stono Rebellion of 1739 and the Haitian Revolution. And of course, we've had several of our own here. Even when the drums were confiscated, the body became the drum. Hands struck chest, feet struck the earth, and voices struck the air. This was not just for survival, it was political resistance. The drum was to remember, the drum was to refuse erasure, the drum was to say, we are still human. Fast forward to today, the plantation is gone, but exploitation remains with us. The overseer is gone, but the surveillance remains. The drum once again has evolved. Today, the computer is the new drum. Laptops, drum machines, MIDI controllers, digital audio workstations have become tools for resistance. They have democratized rhythm. You no longer need permission from a studio, a label, or a gatekeeper to speak. Anyone with a computer can create, record, distribute sounds across the world. Hip-hop, drum and bass, and electronic music. There are not accidents of culture, there are rhythmic rebellions, both against the entrepreneurs and against the system. Soundtracks of injustice, poverty, racism, police violence, and survival. True machines, artists fuse ancestral rhythms with digital precision. They create hybrid languages, human feelings inside mechanical beats. The same resistant logic expressed through new tools. And unlike the past, today's readings are archived instantaneously, shared globally, multiplied endlessly, creating a digital diaspora of resistance. Music is one I want to talk about next. It occupies a unique place in resistance because it does what speeches and statistics often cannot do. It moves the body and the soul at the same time. Music is memory that you can dance to. Music is grief you can sing through. Music is anger given discipline and form. From spirituals, songs in bondage, to freedom songs in the civil rights movement in the US, to protest anthems against apartheid, dictatorship, and police brutality like we did with NSAS, music has always been an emotional infrastructure of resistance. It sustains movements when hope is thin. It carries truth when words are dangerous. It allows people to feel free even when they are not yet free. That is music for you. It's a weapon too, according to Fela. Music collapses fear. It synchronizes breath, footsteps, and courage. When people chant and sing together, repression loses its power to isolate. Music turns crowds into collective will. In resistance, music is not decoration, it is coordination, it is healing. It is defiance made very audible. And now, resistance has expanded beyond sound. Today, resistance is visual, it is physical, it's performative. Graffiti that you see on walls, murals that you see on highways, banners on the street, bodies standing unarmed before armored tanks is now art. Art gives movement visibility, turns pain into symbols that can never be ignored. The raised feet, the mirror sheet, and the mural that refuses to fade. Art reclaims space. When a wall speaks, power listens. When bodies perform in music, authority is unsettled. And when art enters protest, it transforms demonstration into collective resistance. And most importantly, art builds community. And this is why we are all here today. When people sing together, paint together, drum together, and march together, they stop being individuals, they become a people, united, who can never be defeated. From the enslaved drummers risking death to send a message, to the producer creating beats in the bedroom, to the singer leading a crowd in defiance, to the activist painting truth on the wall, the tools change, the medium evolves, but the function remains the same. It carries memory, mobilizes action, it humanizes the struggle, it gives courage rhythms and gives hope a voice. Oppression may control weapons, but resistance always controls the space. There's nothing the oppressor can do about it. And as long as people can make rhythm, shape symbols, and create music, power will never win. I want to thank you so much, and I declare open the art of resistance in the room. Thank you for listening. A luta continua. Victoria Asata. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's put our hands together for him as he goes up the stage. At this moment, I would like some help with the seats.